Familia, it's your favorite Puerto Rican Brooklyn Philly, and I'm back with another message. And this is just a general, see what comes out, right? Type energy. I didn't hear anything specific. Again, just what wants to reveal itself to us at this time. Um, yeah, let's jump right on in. Just want to thank my ancestors, my spirit guides, and the one, right? The La ilaha illallah for divine guidance and protection. And for being used as an oracle, I'm hearing. Wow, danger approaching. That looks pretty gruesome, I'm hearing, right? Zombie, danger approaching. I'm hearing walking zombies. Lifesaver. How about that? So danger, and just say danger. Danger. Get on the floor. It's so long. We've been gone. A sense of foreboding fills the air and weighs on your mind. A lurking menace stalks you and keeps you alert. So yeah, I may be speaking to a collective who's currently going through, maybe you're going through, a rough time, right? Maybe you have this sense of foreboding, right? Meaning you probably find yourself, I'm hearing, in a situation that you feel that the outcome is not going to be favorable for you. Maybe you're going through something at your job or in your relationship or in your home or in your community. Whatever this is something that's weighing on your heart and on your mind, I'm hearing, right? It's like a repetitive cycle, like a hamster. I'm hearing, seeing now on the wheel, replaying the scenario and the what if outcomes over and over again. And every time you replay it, you're thinking, right, that your nervous system is disrupted. I'm hearing, right? Your nervous system is disrupted. However, nevertheless, spirit is saying, your ancestors are telling you, beloved, that a lifesaver is being thrown to you, right? And, in this situation, think about, subhanallah, knock on wood, right? I pray that you nor I, collective, ever find ourselves in such a situation, right? Stranded at sea somewhere, off some boat or ashore or something where we need to be thrown, such a lifesaver, right? I can imagine, right? And only imagine that must be a very scary predicament to find oneself in, right? You find yourself in the water. The water is possibly, depending on where you're at, particularly if you're in the middle of the ocean, cold, a shock to the body, fear. I don't know, beloved, if, if I don't know how I want to say this, but if you can swim, so there may be so much, right? In such a situation, like there's so much, I'm hearing room for panic. So there's something about spirit pointing all of that out to show how exacerbated the situation has become, either literally or figuratively in your mind, right? Nevertheless, again, both of these situations, and it's interesting. Now spirit is showing me how in both scenarios there's hands being reached out, right? So in this scenario there's zombie hands that are the hands of danger, and in this scenario is your hand reaching out, and then this hand is tossing, this arm is tossing up this lifesaver, and you're reaching out for this lifesaver. I wanted to say raft, but it's not. It's not the buoy. Anyway, you see what it is. And it says, you're not alone in this storm. As you grasp for air, salvation appears, and a breath away from safety. Yeah, it's almost like I'm hearing spirit tell you, right in the nick of time, beloved. Right? And it's key. I'm hearing it's so important that it happens this way, because it's something that the zombie, whomever or whatever the threat that is imposing such foreboding and heaviness, that stalking and keeping you alert at the same time, right? Like your head on swivel, you can't really rest. It's going to be imperative that this lifesaver comes in at the last minute that way, because it's something about them being, it's interesting I said them or they or whoever being fooled to think, right, that they can grasp you. Like it's almost like they believe you're almost I'm here in the clutches of their hand. There's some words back here that I was trying to see if we could tell what they are. I don't know why they're pulling on me, but there's something about that. And then with zombie too, I'm hearing, right, like you know, you see all those movies about zombies, right? Usually it's like some type of gas or poison, something that, you know, infiltrated the atmosphere or the water or something that caused the zombie apocalypse or something like that, I'm hearing now. But there's something about the living dead, right? That even humanity in and of itself is, you know, one, I'm looking at the calendar now, one would dare say that they're living, walking, breathing zombies, right? I'm hearing that verse in the song by Drake where he says, everybody dies, but not everybody lives, right? So there's something about maybe they're this own innate fear, right? Of feeling like you have been hoodwinked into such a zombie-like life and feeling like you need a lifesaver to get out of that type of, literally I'm hearing grave, and now I'm hearing grave situation. And then this card, time, relentless, advance, in the upright, but it came out in the reverse. My throat, when I am with you, time seems to rewind, and it's like we've always known each other. You feel like a forgotten part of me. We share a bond that transcends lifetimes. How is that relevant, spirit, to, excuse me, confirmation? So maybe there's a situation that you're being, yeah, how about that? Maybe if it is a relationship of some sort, right? You're being saved from it right in the nick of time. Right now I'm hearing man's rejection is God's protection, right? So there's something there. You're being definitely saved. And I hear it again, in the nick of time. Now, this is interesting because I saw this card in the pre-shuffle and it caught my eye because this is a newer deck to me and I never seen, you know, this card had never fallen out for me. So when I was doing the shuffle and cut the deck, when I saw it, I almost wanted to grab it because I felt it was significant, but I lost it just that quick in the shuffle. So, you know, I said, whatever, I left it alone. But this is germination. It came out in the upside down in the pre-shuffle and here again. And it says, I'm working on my divine feminine side to gather the strength to protect this seedling. I want to be more nurturing and loving towards this new beginning. So the atmosphere is changing, right? Because it just, now it seems to be going more into a love reading, right? And maybe now I'm hearing, right, for those of you who could resonate this way, that you might feel that this individual, for whatever reason, feels like a zombie, right? Feels like to be in relationship with this individual is feels dangerous, right? And it does say stalks you, right? Maybe you feel stalked by this individual. And for some of you, I'm hearing it might not be, you know, I pray, right, that it isn't physically, like literally like that. But the thoughts, the pervasive thoughts of this individual just doesn't seem to leave you alone. And maybe you are praying for some type of saving grace to be saved from maybe the heartache or the entrapment you feel in that situation, right? Yeah, because here it says we share a bond that transcends all time. So maybe there is something about not being able to, for whatever reason, feeling like you can let something go, right? Or this individual doesn't seem to let you go. And there's something that may be shared telepathically. And this individual also is saying, I'm working on my divine feminine side to gather the strength to protect this ceiling, right? Because there's something about when this person operates in their masculine, every time you try to start a new growth with them, I'm hearing, because of their ego, because of their aggressive masculine approach to the relationship, they do the exact opposite of what they want. They want for it to move towards nurturing and love and new beginning and growth. But they're admitting that they're working more from a masculine space. And they have recognized, whoever this person is, that they need to approach with more of a feminine, with more of the divine feminine energy. How can I get that out? Evaluation criteria, unfair assessments, and rarely sees the full picture. Yeah, I'm hearing somebody, has made the wrong assumptions. Or every time you try to discuss the situation, or this new beginning that you try to begin, maybe someone by default, continues to make unfair assessment and rarely sees the full picture, right? Maybe they have a very rigid or limited understanding of you, of the situation, and that is interfering with the connection, that continues to, I'm hearing, cripple or stifle the germination from occurring, right? For that full bloom and growth can actually develop, right? It's almost like I didn't want to say the killing it before prematurely, right? Before it can even really fully blossom or begin. And if the individual or you, right? Because now the lifesaver is looking at, it's like, are you running away? Right? Like a runaway energy. I needed that, guys. It's like a runaway energy. And this running away, feeling like I need to, get saved somehow. Like I need a lifesaver. I need to get out of here. It's almost like, not almost, but it becomes necessary at the time. So escapism. God, I couldn't get it out. It's a form of escapism because you don't want to, you keep focusing, or this person keeps focusing on the shortcomings, and as a result misses out on potential, right? That there is potential, right? For the situation, for the person, whatever. The false flame distracted me from my true desires. I'm ready to stop chasing illusions and focus on real growth. Yeah, I'm hearing late night confessions now. That's interesting. This took a real turn. 1333, when I said that number may be significant. Look it up, I'm hearing. But there's something significant to, this all of a sudden has, like I said, I didn't anticipate the message to be love related. But this has definitely now become, right? Here goes these two individuals. They're trying to grasp hands, but they can't. There's this lightning strike between them. Nevertheless, this person over and over again is indicating that they're trying to work on themselves. Particularly was very clear here in regards to and this could be a male or female. Just because it's saying I'm working on my divine feminine, it could be a female who really operates from her masculine, right? And really does need help in working with and operating out of her feminine divinity. So, put the shoe where the shoe fits, literally, I'm here, right? There's a shoe here. Maybe this individual, you or both of you, have come to the conclusion that you have made unfair assessments of the situation and maybe even of one another. And maybe it's time to evaluate your evaluation criteria. Maybe the criteria you're utilizing to evaluate the situation could be erroneous. And then there's something about the false flame distracted me. It doesn't necessarily need to be a physically third party. The flame for anything outside of you that you passionately chase after, I'm hearing, that can distract you, whether it's money, whether it's fame, oh yeah, excuse me, whether it's clout chasing or whatever the case may be, right? But this person is admitting that they're ready to stop chasing the illusions and focus on the growth, which is very poignant because, again, we're talking about this seedling needing germination, not being trampled on in order for it to grow, and then to grow. And then this card speaks specifically about growth, right? And then 3 more cards and we'll shut this down. Digital whisper. Interesting. And it says connections feel real but lack depth, right? Craving physical touch while trapped in screens. So maybe you and this person, for whatever reason, if you know this individual, if it's someone from the past or even someone new, you have been connecting lately. Oh, I just got real sleepy. Excuse me, I was so sorry. I apologize. But the connections that you and this person, in terms of trying to build this new beginning, because it fell on those cards, have been made mainly via telephone. And there's something about the need for actual connection. Right? And for some of you, it literally says it's an erratic, tumultuous connection that is damaging and poisoning. Right? So again, you would have to decide which part of this message resonates best with your situation. For some of you, it is implying that the connections are going to stay superficial and really are not going to be able to grow if you keep it limited to a digital whisper, right? Without actual communication and physical, touch and something like hearing how kids, even friendships and stuff, everything is just texting and shorthand. How a lot of relationships, particularly forming the relationships, how much it has changed drastically, right, due to the digital age now. There's something about that. You may think these minor profits are the one, but they wouldn't cause you so much stress if they were. Wake up and realize true value investments are the real deal. Yeah, there's something about, and see, this is what I was talking about in terms of the false flame. For someone, it may have been the pursuit of money, right? And then the focus being on that and not understanding that it's so much bigger than that cheddar, right? That it's about realizing that true value investments are the real deal, right? The value that we place on one another and investing, and believing, no, this person or this relationship or this job, whatever this may be now for you, is worth the investment, right? And last but not least, I don't know why I almost wanted to turn it around. Destiny, passionate love and strong desire bring you fulfillment and joy. Destined to be together. Your happy ending is assured. This is the last card. Strong, unbreakable bond. So yeah, it is definitely moving towards, if this is your reading collective, you and this individual are moving towards this, God willing, inshallah, the way we would say, a strong, unbreakable bond, right? That, is destiny. Is destined for you and this person to experience such a, right? And it's especially, although we're using the word destiny, right? And I heard manifest destiny. It's not that I'm negating it, but the cards were very clear. There was also this intentional work and recognition that was being done on behalf of the persons or the parties involved that then would solidify, right, such a connection. So now I'm hearing faith without works is dead, right? So it's a combination of both. And at the bottom of the deck, oh, wow, seeking help. And this says, crying out for support, help arise from unexpected quarters. Invisible forces of help guide you through troubled waters. And again, it's really interesting that amidst all of these other cards, remember we got the lifesaver, and you're being told that just in the nick of time, right? You will be thrown this lifesaver, right? And you'll be fine. There is something about this hand extending which signifies, yeah, I'm asking for help. So there's this thing that, yes, because you called for help, help is, I'm hearing the Calvary is on its way, right? And now I'm hearing it's here. And I kept hearing before hitting record, and I'm hearing it now, is this gospel song we used to praise dance to at church. Rest in peace, Bishop Newkirk. But where it would say, the presence of the Lord is here. The presence of the Lord is here. I feel it in the atmosphere. The presence of the Lord is here. Right? So there's something about the presence, right, is here. Now I'm hearing bet your bottom dollar. I don't know. That's Annie. The sun will come out tomorrow. Just as sure as that sun arise in the morning, I'm hearing your ancestors, spirit guides, divinity, whatever you want. They're saying just as sure as you know that sun gonna rise, you best to believe I got your back. And I'm going to come in with the help and the support necessary that you need and that you require. And they're telling me to read it again. Crying out for support, help arise from unexpected quarters. Invisible forces of help guide you through troubled waters. Hello. Isn't this water troubled waters? I'm gonna trouble the waters, right? And then waters also signifying emotions, right? And we did talk about initially that you and your nervous system may be very much dysregulated and very emotional if you think like the zombies. Now I'm thinking of Kevin Hart when he's giving the example of, in his mind, the ape broke loose and was trying to grab the back of his shirt. He threw the baby down and started running. It's something about the nervous system and how it reacts, right? In situations that they find, whether it's imaginary or real, dangerous, right? So yes, beloved, that is the message. I hope this helps someone. It's a blessed assurance for me, right? No matter what, I'm hearing you're protected. Help is on the way, or help is already here. So that's it. That's all she wrote. It was a pleasure reading for you, beloved. I'm always honored to read for this beautiful community that Spirit is developing through me and through this channel. I ask that if you like the message, if it resonated with you in some way, shape, or form, that you give this video a like. That if you like the way I read, that you subscribe. And if you think this video could be helpful to somebody else, you share it. And I look forward to our next time and encounter with one another. Until then, beloved, stay safe. And I look forward to, seeing you soon. Yeah, I wanted to say inshallah. Ashe, amen, and amen.